A convicted rapist who killed a pensioner in Norfolk while he was on the run has been jailed for 27 years. 73-year-old David Kemp was strangled by Terrance O'Keefe in March last year.
39-year-old Terrance O'Keefe had met his victim twice before he killed him. He regarded David Kemp as easy pickings. He was already serving a life sentence, but while being treated at a London hospital, he escaped and went on the run. He travelled to Norfolk and in March last year throttled 73-year-old David Kemp at his flat in Great Yarmouth with a belt before stealing his television to raise money for drugs. The police didn't initially think Mr Kemp had been murdered, but about a month after his death, an associate of O'Keefe contacted them, claiming that the drug user had confessed to the killing. Armed police were captured on a mobile phone arresting O'Keefe near his flat in Yarmouth's Ordnance Road.
I saw a lot of police, a lot of shouting, commotion, and then there was a man in the wheelie bin over there.
He was hiding in it?
He was hiding in it, yes.
On sentencing O'Keefe to 27 years, Judge Justice Saunders said, "It was, on anyone's understanding, a heartless and brutal killing. There can be no doubt that the motivation for this killing was to steal property." He added, in light of the fact the murder was committed while O'Keefe was serving a life sentence, the parole board may never consider him safe to be released. Dawn Gerber, BBC Look East.
The number of suspected swine flu cases in our region is on the rise for the second week running. Last week, more than 5,000 people were giving antiviral drugs. 18 are in hospital, 1 is critical. Health officials think it could be the start of the predicted second wave of the virus infection. But schools who have pupils off with swine flu are being advised to remain open. More postal strikes are to be held next week. 15,000 workers are expected to walk out in the long-running dispute over jobs, pay and services. The union says its members will be striking for 24 hours in areas including Cambridge. Meanwhile, talks aimed at resolving the Essex fire dispute over changes to frontline staffing have been postponed. The union says it's astonished by today's abrupt cancellation. No reason has been given, but the fire service management hopes to meet with the union next week.
What's being called the world's biggest coffee morning has been held today across the region. Thousands of people have been raising money for the charity Macmillan Cancer Support. Kim Riley's been to meet the organiser of a coffee morning in Great Yarmouth, who has her own powerful message about fighting cancer.
One day, Mummy found a lump on her breast.
The book that's helped 6-year-old Sian and 8-year-old Ellen understand what's been happening to their mother Sam over 2 turbulent months. It was on a family holiday to Orlando in July that Sam Douglas discovered a lump the size of a pea in her left breast. Within a month, after a second aggressive tumour was discovered, she'd had a mastectomy. She's now undergoing a course of chemotherapy before her other breast is removed.
This does happen to young women. You know, you need to check yourselves. And it's not as frightening as it seems. The word cancer, you automatically think, oh my God, I've got cancer. But the treatment they've got and everything out there, what I've gone through, it was frightening, but the whole procedure, I'm really proud of myself that I can sit up here and say, you know, look, you've got to fight this, you've got to beat this.
It makes me jump when I get in the bath with my mum. because I still remember when she has 2 boobs and I think she's still got him. And it makes me jump every time I see the one boob.
I'll see you tonight.
Sam lost her own mother to breast cancer when she was just 17. She's since raised thousands of pounds for cancer charities. Her coffee morning supporting the Macmillan nurses who cared for her mother. With amazing support from her husband, Darryl, family and friends, she remains very positive.
I found the lump and I saved my life. And, yeah, I've lost a breast, but, you know, I'm still me.
Sam Douglas speaking to Kim Riley earlier today. A world record for the largest number of people who are 100 years old or more has been broken in Southend. A total of 28 turned up at Ivor Hall. Every one of them lived through 2 world wars and 19 prime ministers. The previous record was also set in Southend in 2006.
My mother was 103. She had the Queen's telegram in 75 and she died in 78 and she was 103. But poor old Daddy he was only 63 when he died. And but other than that, and I'm the only one living in the family, I'm the last one left.
Ipswich Town are putting the final touches to the renaming of the North Stand ahead of tomorrow's match against Newcastle in honour of Sir Bobby Robson. It will now be called the Sir Bobby Robson Stand. Both sides will wear a special kit to show his association with the two clubs.
Described as a gentleman of the game, Sir Bobby Robson inspired players and fans, and tomorrow Ipswich and Newcastle will pay tribute.
The way that we're viewing tomorrow is a celebration of two clubs and one legend, and the merchandise that we've done, which is half scarf in black and white, half in blue and white. Those are the sort of touches that I think are special and appropriate for someone who touched both clubs in the way that he did.
Sir Bobby put Ipswich on the football map, steering them to victory in the Texaco, FA and UEFA Cups. The day will start with a wreath-laying ceremony at his statue. And at half-time, Sir Bobby's widow, Lady Elsie, and two of their sons will officially rename the North Stand the Sir Bobby Robson Stand.
They've been involved in all of the detail because we wanted to do something that was right and fitting and something that they felt comfortable with.
The Ipswich manager said he thought tomorrow would be the perfect tribute and joked of wishing for some old Robson magic to turn his season around.
We appreciate it's going to be a big deal, lots of stuff going on, but from the players and same from the manager's point of view, we have to stay focused on the game. I've never found that a problem. I have to say, no matter what's going on around the ground or the stadium or whatever it might be, you stay focused on the game. I think the best way we can pay our respects for Sir Bobby is winning, and if he's looking down, he knows we needed a bit of luck, and you know, he might help us get them 3 points.
More than 25,000 are expected to fill Portman Road, and the advice to fans is arrive early. Kate Riley, BBC Look East, Ipswich.